Alright, good morning guys. So before we start editing, we're gonna start with the video first. We're gonna show you a glimpse of what we are doing. What building is it exactly? You'll know by the end of the video. Enjoy. Woo! Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you get the gist of our building. It's the National Textile Museum. It's located in KL. And if you'd like to know more, that's why I'm here. My name is Scott, and I'm going to present my building today, the National Textile Museum. You can see this the front facade, and we'll first go to the side plan. Side plan, okay, you can see it should be familiar to you if you know this is Datan Merdeka. This is how it looks like. This is where it's historical. You guys should know. And then here is the Sultan Abdul Samad, another quite famous building. And this is our building down here. It's actually situated amongst some of the most historical buildings. So this building is quite important actually, but however it doesn't get the fame it needs. This is how it looks like, and it's located in Jalan Hishamuddin. It's actually somewhere around the Masjid Jami station. Okay, so we're going to go to the timeline first. The timeline, okay. See, this is a very old building. As you can see from the building here, it's very old. It's about 118 years old. So it first started 1980s in 1896 and construction, and it finished. Yeah, I constructed that and it finished around 1905. That's where it was first constructed for this purpose. It's for the Federated Malay State Railway to actually use it. But it only lasted for 12 years. After that, it was actually passed over to the Selangor government. But then several other groups have used the building after that. And then, yeah, you can see that it's been passed over here and there. So the building has been very there's wear and tear everywhere. So it's been like remodeled, plastered, over and over again. So actually 2001 to 2004 is actually used as a courthouse, but it only lasted for a while because there's a limited space. So in 2007, the government actually gave the permission to actually construct the National Textile Museum, and in 2010 it actually opened. So it's been running for 4 years now. Okay, the introduction of this building. As you can see from the video earlier, it's very historical. You can see the architecture style is quite different too compared to the other building. But who is the architect? Okay, the question that is he is A.B. Habak. You can see his picture here. He's born in Liverpool, actually, in England, but then he came to yes. He came to Malaysia to actually Tanah Melayu to work before they were given the Merdeka. Some of his works was actually the KL railway station. It's actually almost the same design. So what kind of design is this? The architectural style is Indo-Saracenic. It's quite a unique style. It's not really that old. It came from actually like Indo-Gothic during the colonization time. So that's where he got inspiration. Although he's never been to India, he actually took a lot of the characteristics from it. And as you can see, it's actually basically everywhere. Because you have a dome, onion-shaped dome, chartreuse, octagon, tower, piercing arches. We'll go more into that later, okay? This is the plan, as you can see. If you want to know how big this building is, it's actually 78 meters. That is huge. It's like long. Come on. Okay, 36. It's actually the width is it? It's 36 in the longer section, longer wing. As you can see, the plan is not really symmetrical, but it's actually 3259 square meters. If you don't know how big that is, it's okay. If you don't know how big that is, it's not one house, it's not two houses. 18 double-story house. Oh. How many people measure? 19. Hey. I'm just putting it there. Okay, the plan. Okay, we'll go to the plan. This is the ground floor. Okay, since it's a textile museum, we're going to talk about the textile museum, not its past usage. So whatever past usage you want to know where the jail of the courthouse used to be, don't ask me. Okay, this is the gallery for the ground floor. It looks like that. Actually, the left wing shows more of how it was made. The right wing shows the product. Then you got the corridor here, the walkway. The stairs looks like this. And in this green area is actually more of like a public area. There's a cafe, there's a gift shop, looks like this. And there's recently there's a library addition of a library. But it's a small library. This is the first floor. First floor is actually almost the same. You have two main galleries for the public. On the left side, you can see it's more on displays of jewelries and stuff. And this side is almost the same as the cloth they use. Then, although on the first floor there's another gallery, but this is a paid to enter a gallery. Recently, it's a British designer, as you can see from the video just now. It's actually paid, so but we entered for free. and this similar to the ground floor. It's there's a corridor like that, so it's basically very similar, but as you can see, it's like that. But when you go to the elevation, it's actually quite different. Okay, the characteristic of this building. What makes this building so special? Okay, you have these two, as you can see, these two tower here with the onion-shaped dome. This is actually the main. You can see this, I think, in the Sultan Abdul Zaman building, but it's quite special here because it's actually sort of like a vertical circulation. But we'll go into that later. Then another thing is there's piercing arches. There's many like countless of a dozen arches, right? A dozen types of arches, and you've got this elaborate parapet, pinnacle, and chartreuse. Chartreuse is actually this one. As you can see, if you don't know what chartreuse is, and we go to the extension. There's actually a recent, since they built, they used this building as a museum. It has to be user friendly. So there isn't any actually elevator to go to the first floor. So they decided to build an extension here. As you can see, it looks like that. The extension is like full glass with an elevator to go to the first floor. So it's actually very user friendly. It's easy to access for any handicapped people. And then why is this extension so good? Well, it actually preserves the facade, the previous facade. So although you can't see it now, but when you enter it, it's still the inside still remains the same. So they didn't really touch anything. It sort of like preserves the originality of it. So it's actually quite good. Okay. Now the decorative elements in the building itself, you have a few, but it's more. This building is more of the exterior than interior. So the exterior, you can see each windows has this sort of eaves like that coming up, and you have this decorative floral pattern on the arches. Okay, we'll go to the architectural analysis. Okay, this building. Okay, back in the days when, since Malaysia is located in the Garisan Khatulistiwa, the architect actually considered the climatic response of this building. So a lot of the building that he built has this sort of like veranda coming out of it from the main building. So it's actually quite good. It actually provides very decent sunlight into it, like lighting, and it still provides the climatic response that needed. It's not very hot. It blocks the sun from the main building during the noon. Then you've got the symmetrical and balance on this building. Now I know I said that this building is not like super symmetrical, but if you check in the front facade, it's actually similar. Yeah, you can see if you compare side by side. But however, on the other elevations, it's not really. So the reason why they do this is to blend in with the surrounding of the front facade, the Jalan Hishamuddin that I mentioned earlier. Because most of the buildings out there, it has a similar touch of this kind of stripes kind of pattern. Okay, so it's only on one side. It's a U-shaped plan. Okay, I'll move on. Okay, circulation. This is quite important, especially back in the days where this place was run as a railway station. So circulation is quite important. So and actually with the addition of the veranda, it's very smooth. It's easy to access. It's quite spacious, so you can walk around. So as if you imagine back in the days where it's a railway station, like, you know, it's busy and always. So the architect really thought out of this design, and it's actually very effective, especially now as a museum. However, it's not getting the, how to say it, the praise it deserves. So you should visit this place. It's quite interesting. Okay, this is the section. You can see there's also vertical circulation on top with the dome. But however, the dome now, the tower now is prohibited. You can't access. So you have to access the first floor from the inside. Okay. Another thing that's good about this design is the repetitive usage of the arches. because of this repetitive design, it actually enhances the experience. It sort of gives this kind of rhythm, and harmonious effect to it. So when you look at a building, you don't feel like, although it may be messy, but it's actually not. It's actually quite pleasing to look at. And in conclusion, well, what we can learn from this? Okay, this building has been here for 118 years, and it's still standing strong. I think a lot of work has been put into this, so I think we can learn. That, you know, if we preserve this kind of building, it looks gorgeous, like majestic. So, so if we can actually learn to appreciate this kind of stuff, it will actually help us, especially us being students of architecture. We can learn more from it. But what did we and my group learn from it? Well, when we started this project, this assignment, this semester, we found out that we were going to do this building. We actually sort of cursed, you know, because this building is huge, and we didn't know what we were going to expect. So we went in with a heavy-hearted, but then at the end we came out with quite a pleasing, beautiful story to end. So that's from us. Thank you.